And by using that technique, this is your result. So into a large bowl, you're going to add 1 cup of melted unsalted butter. This is what will give the cookies a chewy interior but a crispy exterior once we bake them in the oven. After that, you're going to add 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar. We all know what that does. Next, you're going to add 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. Some recipes have no brown sugar, others have less brown sugar, but I like using 1/2 cup because the molasses gives the cookies a nice caramel-like undertone. So after whisking the butter and sugar together for 1 to 2 minutes, it should have an applesauce-like consistency as you can see on the screen. And then for our next ingredients, we're going to add 1 extra large egg, as well as 2 extra large egg yolks. Now, most recipes will just use 1 egg or 1 egg and 1 yolk, but I like using 2 yolks because the extra yolk really enhances the richness of the cookies, as well as give them an almost fudgy-like texture. And then once you've added the eggs, you're going to whisk them together with the butter and sugar for another 30 to 60 seconds until they're well combined. Now this next thing I'm about to add to the bowl is going to be my secret ingredient, y'all, and that is 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Besides really drawing out the nutty flavor of these cookies, when paired with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, this is how you get that signature bakery style taste that's often missing in homemade cookies. And once again, you're just going to whisk the vanilla and almond extract together with the other ingredients for about 30 to 60 seconds until they're well combined. Now moving on to the dry ingredients, in a separate bowl, you're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I spooned and leveled it off screen, but you can certainly weigh the flour as well if desired. And then next you're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, as well as 1/2 teaspoon of iodized salt. And then finally, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. The baking soda helps the cookies to spread out so that they end up thin, just like the cookies you get at Subway. It reacts with the molasses and the brown sugar and forms air pockets in the cookies, which delays how quickly the protein in the eggs and flour sets, allowing more time for the cookies to expand before they set. So once you whisk all the ingredients together until they're combined, you're going to add the dry ingredients into the bowl with the wet ingredients. And then you're going to fold them together until just combined. So I have 3 cats in the house, and my cats know they're not allowed in the kitchen, nor in my studio when I'm filming, but they always like to test me, and sure enough, tell me why they decided to start fighting and chasing each other right at this part. So of course, I had to stop filming and go cuss them the hell out. No, I'm kidding, but pets sure do know how to work your last nerves. But getting back to the recipe, I'm now going to add 1 cup of chopped macadamia nuts. You can find this specific brand on the screen at H-E-B if you live in Texas, and I believe Kroger also sells these under their store brand. I'm also adding 1 cup of white chocolate chips to the bowl. And then you're just going to fold these into the dough until they're just incorporated. The dough will be sticky icky, and that's to be expected, as that makes it easier to blend in the nuts and the chocolate chips. By the way, let me know in the comments what are your thoughts about pets in the kitchen, and if you allow your pets to be in the kitchen. Because me personally, I can't do it, but I'm interested to hear other perspectives on this. Now, unlike most of my other cookie recipes, I do recommend allowing this dough to rest in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes before baking it, and that's to ensure it's not too sticky. And all I'm doing here is placing the dough onto the cookie sheet lined with parchment paper using a 2 tablespoon size cookie scoop. If you don't have parchment paper, you could just lightly grease your cookie sheets so they don't get stuck. And then you're just going to bake them in the preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And you're going to bake them for around 10 to 12 minutes. And then once they're done, you're going to carefully remove them from the oven. And you're just going to allow them to rest for about 10 minutes before serving. Also, if you enjoyed this recipe, you can visit my channel and find a playlist for all of my other cookie recipes that you can try as well. And as always, if you would like to see more of these recipe videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.